All right. Well, hello, everybody. Thanks for joining our team call this Monday evening. Hope you all have had a good week, and we're coming up on a holiday this week. And so just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and just thanks for tuning in and watching the replay. We're going to talk a little bit tonight about the LVA training that happened this weekend with Carrie Dickey, which was phenomenal. I've been, I've seen her speak for 8 years, and I swear every time I see her speak, I take something else away, and she's incredible. So I would just encourage anybody who gets a chance to see her speak or watch any of her previous videos, or read her book that she wrote. I think it's Men Are From Martin. What is it? No. Anyway, it's about network marketing, and it says something about Mars and Venus. But anyway, she is awesome. And so I did take a bunch of notes from her training, and if anybody else wants to share anything they took away on the call, that would be awesome. But before we get into it, do have a couple of announcements. First off, today is the last day that you can order the fat burn and the Axio bundle and the new flavor of Daily Wellness, the lemon ginger flavor, with free shipping. So if you're doing the November No Gain November and you want to order some extra bottles of fat burn and not have to pay for shipping, go ahead and order those, because today is the last day for that. And then I'm going to share my screen just to kind of go over the next few announcements. This always takes me a minute, sorry. Okay. Oh gosh, how do I get it bigger? Anyway, okay, can y'all see? I can't
go
figure
down
out
to the bottom, and you're gonna hit the little like hourglass.
Okay, there we go. My control panel always gets in the way of that little hourglass at the bottom. But anyway, I just wanted to congratulate Jenny Field and Kathy Albert for getting new customers this week. That is so awesome. And I sent Kathy this picture earlier because I'm super excited for her. And actually, she was saying that it was somebody she knows got her cat on Pro Tandem or Pet Tandem. So anyway, you never know, right? Somebody really wanted to help their kitty out. So I was very excited for her. And Jenny, you're just always a rock star, girl. You just amaze me. So congrats, you guys. And then just for events, just wanted to remind everybody there is a January event coming up called Rock the Rhythm. It's virtual, it's free, it's going to be in the evening. And so they've talked about this just kind of setting the tone for the upcoming year. They're going to be sharing some of the things they're going to be rolling out in 2023. And so this would be a great opportunity to have a watch party with your team, get together, just have fun, and let's see what they have in store for us this year. I'm excited about it. Then we also have in March, the next Elite Academy, which is in New Orleans. So make sure to register, and then just go ahead and start looking at hotels, because I know I had heard a lot of the reserved rooms were getting booked already. So go ahead and reserve your room. You can, or multiple rooms, and you can always cancel it if you don't end up needing your room, but I would go ahead and get that block pricing that they offer. And then just a heads up to look on the calendar, in October is going to be our next global convention in San Antonio, which I love that city. It's so much fun. And we had an Elite Academy there one year, and I haven't been back since then, and it was my first time being there, and it was just beautiful. Like I was so impressed with that city, and it was really fun. So just go ahead and put it on your calendars and be there, bring people with you, buy an extra ticket. The more people we can get to these events, the bigger we're going to grow, the more belief we're going to build. And, this is so important for our own fire, our own belief. Every time we go, it's like we always come back fired up, and when we don't go, we kind of fizzle out, and that's just the nature of it. So really want to promote these events to our entire team and try to get as many people there as possible. So, all right, I'm going to stop the share for a sec, or for a few, because I just want to talk a little bit about the LifeVantage Academy with Carrie Dickey. So first off, the whole theme was, she talked about the 4 pillars of belief, and, you know, really to build your business, that belief, it's always, you know, drilled into our heads. Like, we really need to believe it. That's how it's going to come across when we're talking to people. If you don't believe in something, then you're not going to, no one's going to buy it, right? We're not salespeople. So we really need to believe in what we're doing. And I think pretty much everybody, I mean, I would say everybody on our team is really here because of the belief in the product. You know, it is incredible products, incredible science, amazing quality. And so I don't think it's really a lot to talk about the belief in the products with our team. But when we get into the belief, the industry of network marketing, or what I like to say now that Carrie talked about it, is the profession. She has totally changed her vocabulary and no longer talking about the industry of network marketing, but network marketing as a profession. It really is a profession. It's a $450 billion profession. And now it's becoming, you know, even more popular because of the flexibility, because of the fact that, you know, a lot of people want to work for themselves. I mean, more and more, you know, this trend is happening, is, you know, and the great thing about it is you can go into business for yourself, have the, like, all the backing of a corporate team behind you, which is so different than starting your own business from the ground up, you know, and then having to figure all that other stuff out. So, you know, small investment, having such an incredible corporate team to back you up, to help you grow. So, you know, the profession itself is really growing, and it's projected to be, they said, she said 625 billion in the next 2 years. So that's bigger than the movie industry, the music industry, and the video gaming industry all put together. And so we have a huge opportunity, you know, with the company that we have, and we just have to get over feeling like network marketing is like some sort of insignificant little side hustle. You know, it is a legit profession. And so a lot of people have been involved with network marketing companies, and they've maybe learned some things in those companies and it wasn't a good fit for them. And so a lot of people are looking, you know, to get that residual income. They're looking for a company that's going to meet all of their criteria. We just have to be out there sharing why LifeVantage is the unicorn that it is. So belief in the profession is a huge one that she talked about. And then, of course, belief in the product, which we know, and then belief in the company, which the unicorn of LifeVantage being publicly traded since 2012, starting out in retail space, going into network marketing, backed by, you know, published literature and research. And so having the corporate team that we have, stable, you know, this company has been around, and it's not a fly by night. So it's continuing to innovate and lead in this whole activation technology. And so it's just, you know, an incredible thing. And then I think too, what I love about the company is just the culture of it, and how a rising tide raises all ships. The leaders in the company, no matter what team you're on, they're willing to help you because of the way the compensation plan is designed. You know, it's designed to where you get to a certain level, you're taking part in global revenue. And so even if you're helping people that aren't on your team, that's going to still hit your bottom line as an elite distributor in this company, because you're going to be making money on everybody, in the company, not just people in your team. And so it just really incentivizes all the leaders to help everybody. And I think that's so genius. I don't know of any other companies that do that. I mean, usually you're hearing so much competition that happens in other companies between different people and different leaders. And so I think that's really unique to LifeVantage. And Carrie was talking about how she's been in 4 companies since she started out in 1993. And she really, in each one, learned different skills that helped her build to the next one. And then when she found LifeVantage, she has not looked back. And so the other thing is just the timing, and the timing with the trends, with healthcare, with, people wanting to do everything they can to help their bodies be, function optimally, slow down the aging process. We're right in there with the timing on the health products, but then we also have the timing with the economy. Riding that wave of still being somewhat ground floor, even though we're open in 17 countries, we're still so below the number of people that it takes to hit real momentum. And that momentum is when you have that huge growth financial potential. And so we're still at that level where there's still so many people that still have yet to join our company that are going to take us to that momentum or critical mass. And so the timing for like investing early, even though we've been around and we're a stable company, it's hitting that critical mass level where it's exploding around the world. And so again, the more that people learn about activation versus supplementation, requires us to be out there sharing this with people. It's what's going to take us to the next level. And so that being the company belief, then what I really enjoyed was when she started talking about believing in yourself. So we have to believe in the product, the company, the industry, or the profession, and then finally ourselves, which is the hardest for a lot of people to do. And she taught something that I had never heard of before. My husband, being in the corporate world, had heard of this, but it's called the competency ladder. And I'll show you this little slide that kind of lays it out, and then I'll talk about it. Go back to this. Okay. All right. So this is really in any kind of anything that we do in life, that's new to us. This is the learning curve that we have. And just kind of relating it to network marketing. When we first get excited and we're jumping on board and we want to share this with people, we're coming in maybe because we had a good experience with the product, maybe because we heard amazing testimonials. And so we're just like, yes, I want to do this. Sign me up, and we come in on fire, and then but we don't really know a lot, but we don't know that we don't know a lot. All we know is we're really excited about it and we want to tell people about it. So we're kind of coming in at this level of unconscious incompetence, meaning that you don't know that you don't know something until you start sharing it with people. And then people start asking you questions and you're like, oh, well, shoot, I don't know. And so then all of a sudden you realize, I don't know the answer to this. So then all of a sudden you become aware that you don't know, which is called this conscious incompetence, right? So you're like, shoot, well, they asked me a question. I don't know how to answer it. And the good thing in network marketing is that you don't have to know all the answers. And that's why we train on this ITT system and third party, is because the whole purpose is you start earning while you're learning. So you aren't expected to come in and know all the answers. And honestly, that's not duplicatable to your people. So, you want to be able to, at this point, rely on someone else to come in and answer those questions. So you can tell your person, you know what, that's a great question. I don't know the answer, but I can find out, and let me get so-and-so on the phone and they can explain it to us. And then you go into this learning mode where you're using this third party and you're hearing how they answer the questions, and then you start to be like, okay, so the next time someone asks me this, I will be able to answer it this way. And so now you're becoming conscious, competent. And so you're learning how to answer these questions. And this is kind of like your schooling. And eventually you become so comfortable with it that you kind of go into it just naturally, where you're just sharing with people, you pretty much know most of the questions people are going to ask. So after about 90 days in the business, if you're really working it, there's only so many questions you're going to hear over and over and over. And it's going to just come naturally and roll off your tongue, where you don't have to necessarily call someone every single time, because you'll be able to answer those questions. So I just love this kind of learning curve. And I was joking earlier on the call, because this really can apply to so many things in your life. And, for example, I'm new to owning horses. And for horse people, Sarah Westfall, have you ever seen that beautiful bareback riding performance she did, where her horse, like literally she's just holding on to the mane and this horse is doing all these amazing tricks, and you're just like, yes, I want to jump on a horse bareback and I want to ride it like that, and my horse is going to be amazing and do all the things. And you just get a horse and you don't know jack. You don't know anything about them. And so you go into this kind of this unconscious incompetence, and then you realize, it's expensive. Oh, you gotta clean out stalls. And the horses get a little pissy with each other during feeding time, and it's kind of dangerous. And I don't know if this is cut out for me, right? This is the conscious incompetence part of it, where you realize, like, I don't know anything. And so this is oftentimes even in network marketing, where people just want to quit because they think, oh, I'm not cut out for this. And they don't want to push themselves to get past that. This learning curve, it is steep, but it's short. And I love that, because if we can push through, if we really want something, and if our why is strong enough, you're gonna, or if you're just stubborn, you're gonna push through this and learn what you need to learn, so that you become competent, consciously competent. And you may still have, questions, but eventually you're going to be able to find the answers you need and become kind of that knowledgeable about it, and then eventually expert about it, and then teaching it to other people. So I just thought that was really good, because I can totally compare it to many experiences where it might be easier to quit, or you jump into something really fast because you're excited, and then you think, oh, I didn't think this through all the way, but that is so much, the way life is, where if it's strong enough and important enough to you, and you really have your why, then you're just going to do what it takes. You're going to get the education, you're going to go to the trainings, you're going to go to the events, because that is the only way to become competent, is by doing, practicing, listening, learning. And so I just love that she trained on that. Okay, I'm gonna stop my share here. I don't know. So I think I just thought that was really cool, because I had never seen that before. And then, so the other thing is, she talked about, so I don't know if you guys have been on the app, but there's a new version of the app. And there are 3 new videos on there. And Carrie talked about, now when she's approaching people and inviting them to take a look at a tool, she really likes the 9-minute new video that's on our app. And it's under the featured section, and it's called the LifeVantage Opportunity ITT. And so when she invites people to this video, she asks them to watch. She'll say, would you be willing to watch a 9-minute video? And if they say yes, she's going to say, okay, I'm going to send it to you. And I really just, put the dogs out, go in a room, sit in the car by yourself, no distractions, because I really want you to focus on it. Because after you watch it, I'm going to ask you, what grabbed your attention about this? What was it in the video that grabbed your attention, or what did you like best about it? So she kind of sets the video up to say, I'm going to be asking you what part of it you liked best. So it's actually going to help people focus. And then when you do ask them and they tell you what they liked about it best, then she says, listen, and listen to them. And then after that, say, well, based on what you just said, I feel like I'd be a terrible person if I didn't share this with you. And that's when you want to bring in your third party. And so she talked about, don't ask them, would you be willing to get on a 3-way call? She said, take control of it and just be like, I've got to, I'm going to grab my friend, Stu. He's awesome. He's going to, I really want you to hear kind of his story and how he's built this business. And I want you to meet him. He's a hoot, blah, blah, blah. Hang on. Let me grab him. And then, don't ask permission, because that's really weird for people sometimes when you ask them, hey, can you get on the phone with me and somebody you don't know? Or you just say, hey, I'm going to start a group message. I really want, you to meet my friend Stu. He can share his experience. So that's what she does. And then, what she said is that it's really about this third party just lets people know they have a team of other people that are willing to help them. And then they see kind of like, okay, my upline used someone else to help share it. So that's what I would have, what I would do. I don't have to be the one to give all the information myself. And so it's really just transferring our belief to other people. And then she said that we do 3 things. We invite people to a tool, we promote from event to event, and then we build community. And then finally, the other thing I loved, she said, is through a lot of personal development, which is what network marketing really is, a fast track to personal development. She talked about just how, so many people are just so worried about what people are going to think of them. And I love this quote. She said, I've learned to say to myself, you know what you think of me is none of my business. And she's like, what you think of yourself is way more important. And I just thought that was awesome, because I've heard people say, well, I don't care what they think of me, blah, 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 and kind of get defensive. But it's like, what you think of me is, it's none of my business. It doesn't even, it doesn't matter. And I don't know, that was really cool that she said that. And she also said to be impeccable with your word. And I love this so much. It said, every word you speak is a prayer, whether it's good or bad. When you utter something, it's like speaking it into the universe, which has no filter. And so think of every word you say to people as a prayer, whether it be you're talking, you're wishing them well, you're, checking in on them, and you're saying sweet things to them, or just letting them know that you appreciate them. It's really kind of this energy that's going between, you and that other person, and then just spreading around to everyone around you. And so same thing, if you're saying kind of negative things or talking, about people, that's almost like a curse, right? It's a prayer, but in the bad way. So I just thought that was really cool too. And she said that we are in Earth School and LifeVantage is our laboratory. So no matter what profession that you go into, you're going to have a laboratory. And so why not pick one that you're going to be able to build with other people, with amazing people, and change people's lives for the better. So those were my big takeaways. And I'll open it up. So for anybody else who wants to share maybe about anything that got them, any aha moments from the training. Yes, Christy.
Hey, I loved everything you said because it brought it all back. And I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I really feel like I know I've heard this before, but for some reason, when she said it on Saturday, it really resonated with me. She said every level that you get to, like in order to get to like Pro 5 or Pro 4, you have to be a certain person. You have to be, the next person up from where you start. But then to get to Pro 7, to get to the elite ranks, you have to become a different person. It's like, so it's kind of like the competency ladder you were talking about. But it's also yourself, that you grow and you become a different version of yourself every time. And that just really smacked me in the face. And I was like, wow, it's profound.
It is. Yeah, I love that too. That whole level of growth is from those ranks are crazy, what you learn and the skills you have. And yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Sure.
I've heard this before, but I loved it at the beginning when she said that our business is efficient because we go from the manufacturer to the consumer and there's no middlemen. And so what we do is efficient. And I like that. And I knew that from prior companies, but it just was a reminder because I had forgotten about. So, I mean, we're being paid, we're the middleman. We've become the middleman. So we're not having to pay a middleman. So we get an income because we are, that what makes the
Exactly.
company efficient. And I love the prayer thing too. I also love that she said God's pharmacy.
Yeah.
That's what we have access to, God's pharmacy. I thought that was awesome. And she said, have fun, make money, and make a difference.
Yes.
And I thought, yeah, I mean, really, isn't it that simple? Have fun, make money, and make a difference. And I thought that was really cool.
That could be your elevator pitch. Think about that. Like, well, what do you do? Well, I have fun, I make money, and I change people's lives. Like, like when people ask, what do you do? Like, how awesome is that? If you want to, if you want to chat, I'm happy to chat about it. I love that, Carol. Thank you.
Sorry, out of the shower, which is why you can't see me.
Oh, that's okay. No. Did you guys have a fun time watching together?
Yes, we did. I did. I speak for myself.
I know. I think it would be great to get together for that January one. Maybe if we're all doing little team things, we can FaceTime or something,
We're going to do it at my house. So
nice.
We already planned it.
Awesome. Well, I'll volunteer my house. I'll put it on my calendar.
That would be awesome. I'll be there.
Okay.
I'll share some of my takeaways. One of the things that I loved is when she was talking about the collagen, and she said, what is going on the inside for us to be seeing these incredible results on the outside? And I just think that's a great way to bring it up to people, because it's not like a superficial thing. Like when you're seeing all these improvements on the outside, just think about what it's doing for the inside of your body. So I love that. You covered so much, Allison. I was like, oh, I had that highlighted. So it's cool to see people's takeaways. And even though you, the same parts impacted you, the way that you rephrased them were a little different than the way I took them in. So it's like, even when you have the same takeaways, they're still a little different because of your perspective.
Yeah.
But I loved how she talked about how when you're sharing your story, your story is really your most important tool. And she said, whatever story is near and dear to your heart, share it. So I wrote that down and highlighted it because I thought it was a big deal. And then all the stuff she shared, like, really brought home all of her points, like the story about when she was a little girl and it was her birthday too. And there was another little boy in the class. They brought out the cake and they lit the candles to tell him happy birthday. And she just started bawling, crying. The teacher didn't know why. And it was because it was her birthday too. And she just was too shy to bring out her cupcakes, and nobody ate her cupcakes. And I was just like, like she's sharing how shy she was and how much growth it took and what she had to do to be able to learn and grow, and kind of reach those levels that you guys were talking about. And then the one where she talked about she was with another smaller supplement company, and she would go to the airport and stand where the people were getting off the airplanes, and anybody that looked like a business person, she would ask them, are you an open-minded business person? Do you have 10 minutes to chat? And of course they were going to be like, yes, I'm open-minded. But they were all wanting to like invest in her company, not actually get to work. But I mean, just the fact that she had the gusto to do that, it was just so impressive. And that's how she kind of like became fearless in her first company and then grew, because I don't really see her as a fearless, like, go-getter, attack the businessmen that come off the airplanes, like I don't picture her as that. That's because she's not that anymore, like all of her other growth has made her into a different person. So I thought those were cool. All those personal stories made you really feel what she was trying to share with us.
Yes, and it reminds me when we first started hearing her, how she talked about finding the blue M&M, and how in the beginning of her career, it was like one after another, boom, boom, boom. Are you it? Are you it? Are you interested? Are you, it's like, so now I'm like, she told that backstory, which is kind of cool, like looking for that one person. And then Sharice Matthews was, she was talking about her, how she's such an extrovert and like not shy, that her grandmother used to pay her money to not talk, and how she was so excited when she found network marketing that now she gets paid to talk. That really cracks me up too.
Yeah. I was thinking about Eli, and I was like, I don't think $1 would cut it.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Well,
Well, I think that's awesome. Thank you guys so much for sharing that. And yeah, I thought it was a great training. I took a lot away from it, so I appreciate it. And anybody else have anything? Or we're 3 minutes over, so I don't want to keep anybody too late.
I see Jean, she's unmuted.
Hi.
No, I was just gonna, no, I did, I actually haven't watched it yet because I was crazy, but I did register.
Recap. You're getting the recap. There you go.
Recap it. So I love Carrie Dickey. She is like the best. I've actually read her book. She is the best. That's, why I signed up for it and everything. So, but I was actually just want to say everybody happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, and safe travels. Have so much fun.
We will have a good time. So, but, and then what day is the 18th on? I haven't put it, I don't remember what day it is.
Wednesday.
All right. Well, if I come over, Allison, I have to stay at your house because I'm not driving all the way back.
I know, I'm putting a request in to be off that day and the next day. I think I'm going to trade out some days because that sounds good. Come and we'll have a spend the night party, slumber party. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Wear shoes to bed, okay? Watch out for the cat underneath.
We'll make sure the cat's not in your room, Jean.
All right, guys. Have a good.
Well, I gotta go. Good night.
Good night.
Happy